Research and planning. We used a variety of media technologies to help progress our ideas throughout the stage, such as Google, which was helpful because it was a very big search engine with a lot of rich content that is easily available and fast to access. It displays mostly reliable sources that can be used to specialise in researching trailers, as it leads you to other sites and can display various types and amounts of media. Unfortunately, Google and YouTube are generic websites. However, YouTube is slightly more focused on media as it displays certain video genres. It is used by many and has a lot of videos which are easy to access quickly and can be determined by reliability by those using the site. YouTube is a helpful site as the best and most popular rated videos are at the first and come up on the search bar. It offers similar content, and so when researching, we could watch featured videos. YouTube is also easy to use as pasting the embed code is simple to other websites if you need to share a link or add it to another website. International Movie Database is a more specialised film website that is helpful when researching a specific genre, as it only does not offer videos like YouTube, but displays a more detailed view on the cast, the ratings and what films achieved, and similar films with similar plot lines. It's like having a mixture of Wikipedia and YouTube together on the same site, but offering more reliable content than Wiki, because Wikipedia can be changed without authorization on a daily basis, and sometimes the information can be incorrect, meaning the source can be slightly unreliable. However, this is rare. Wikipedia is a good source because it has inputs from lots of external places. However, it can be biased because of this. In Wikipedia articles, they're also never finished, as information gets added on a daily basis. After viewing these 3 trailers, Superbad, Inbetweeners and Mean Girls, we picked out certain characteristics we found humorous, entertaining and useful about them, and decided we would have similar shots and moments in our trailer to make it equally as successful. For example, in Inbetweeners. YouTube was useful because you can easily access a variety of different parts of the film as well as the trailer, which is easy to pick out crucial parts when you're researching. However, it only has access to videos, which made it hard to further research on how you did the shots and why. Wikipedia was also useful as it told us a lot about institutional contexts. We wanted to research some for our trailers. Some had 2 at the beginning, others did not. It was common to have 2. We decided we'd stick with 1. This saved us time because we only had to create 1 institutional logo instead of 2. The IMDb was also useful to look at the different subgenres of movies, helped us decide what we were going to go for, and deciding on a female audience. As whilst researching Mean Girls and Inbetweeners, we thought that if we used a male protagonist, like the Inbetweeners did, our film would fit the genre for both genders. If it was released, it would attract a more mixed audience and get more money if released in cinemas. Researching was crucial, as whilst on Google Images we found that our characters needed to be heavily stereotyped to comply with the conventions of almost every teen movie that has been released to date. It helped us decide that we needed symbolism in our production, such as glasses for the nerdy characters and an alcohol bottle and a flat cap for the chav character. Planning and presentation. Planning was a very long process and we had to get it precise in the digital media we used. Prezi. Prezi is a very advanced way of displaying information and is used as a storytelling tool for exploring and sharing videos on a virtual canvas. This is helpful because it is specialised for people that do different subjects such as media, meaning you can get feedback on your Prezis to improve them. It was helpful to planning because you can change ideas easily, and because there is a specialised zoom, you can enlarge images and import parts of writing. As we worked as a group, we could edit the Prezi all at the same time. The most helpful feature of Prezi is that it automatically saves every minute, which means it's very hard to lose information because it's internet-based. Until converted, you do not need a memory stick or you do not need to save it to your hard drive. The Prezi links are also easy to share. However, Prezi comes as a very big file, so the only downfall is the time it takes to be converted. Music. Different digital medias were also used to research for our music, such as Google, as it offered a lot of royalty-free music websites. but from these we chose the main website, which was www.freeplaymusic.com. And this was a really easy and quick website because you could download straight from it. Other sites were www.wearethemusic.com, but you had to be registered to this one and pay and subscribe, so we decided to use the free music instead. The music we used was helpful to our genre because they were easily displayed subsections on the website. All our sound effects that we used, such as the door creaking, car beeping, telephone ringing and people cheering, were all from YouTube. After locating the correct sounds, we used them on a YouTube converter to quickly strip the videos from the sound and download it. This went straight into iTunes again. YouTube Converter is a simple program which is found online, and there's loads of different versions of them. YouTube Converter is a simple program which is used and it's very popular. iMovie was successful when editing our music because we could turn down the background noise of our shots. We did this with various different clips, such as the one with Jack dancing in his bedroom. Once we did, we added music and voiceovers to put over the shot. This was really effective. We had to get the volume levels right. If the music was too loud, dialogue would not be able to be heard over the music. iMovie is the best software to use for editing to make trailers because you can create the precise amount of time the music is on for and the volume control to a minute detail. We used the latest edition on the newer version of the iMax, which is an improved version from last year, as the editing control is far more accurate and the sound quality in video is better than the old iMax. The iMax have a precise editing suite. We use special effects on the voiceovers to make the voices different. We also layered different sounds underneath the music to make our trailer more effective. Editing and presentation. We used www.blogger.com, which is the main digital media that was used to present our work and is better than other blogging websites such as wordpress.com because it's easier to create links and share your blog. It's also part of the same company as Google and YouTube, which makes it easy to share information and downloads between websites. Various presentational features were also used on the blog, such as photobucket.com, to display some of our research for our film poster, a movie image that swapped between various ideas was a more interesting way of displaying our photographs. Stickypad.com was another way we used digital media to display our magazine straplines, a quick, interesting way to display quotes on our blog. When we created our trailer, we used iMovie to edit our different shots. An example of this was to create transitions between shots. A successful use of the transition effect available was the end title of Just Jack, where we used a circle fade to close the last shot in an interesting way. We found this different to just a fade to black because it looked like a lot more intricate, and other trailers used an alternative way of closing their films as opposed to just fade to black. A second example of editing our trailer was the manipulation of time. We used the fast forward feature so we could create the YouTube views gradually increasing on Jack's video. This was effective because we used it twice in our trailer. The first was slower than the second, as the second shot of the views was in the trailer rush and had to be quicker than the first. This made it more effective, and a convention of a trailer is to have a faster shots towards the end in the trailer rush. Another example of using editing on iMovie was cutting and cropping shots to make them shorter. We used this when cropping the shot of the door being slammed on Jack multiple times because we wanted the frame to consist of Jack and the door. The walls surrounding it didn't look as good. The shot looked better when it had been cropped. We cut all our shots to make sure they ran smoothly together. It allows you to do this as you add the shots. Editing was also important when creating our poster and our magazine front cover in Photoshop. This software is up to date and has many intricate features available. It was used over other editing software because you can add constant layers and save it as a JPEG. That's a strong, good quality image. When creating the film poster, the layering was important. I took various images and edited the opacity and lighting effects to make them faded. The background of all team film posters, such as Cinderella Story and Hairspray, varied due to the subgenre. Hairspray is multicoloured and fussy, and Cinderella Story was plain. There didn't seem to be a main convention for the background of posters, so I experimented using different colour effects on Photoshop and layering various images. Photoshop allowed me to create the background layers and then add symbols, which made it more interesting. Then adding the images of the protagonist over the top of the background images. The word tool was useful as it allowed me to create the bidding block underneath the whole poster as well. Photoshop had many features that could be used. main features are used for the crop tool, the text tool and the layering tool to insert images functions. The magazine front cover was created by using Photoshop as well as creating the two front covers. The only difference in the process of creating the magazine was the rotation tool to change the angle of some of the strap lines to make them positioned in a more interesting way. The dodge and burn tool were also used to edit images on the front cover to give them a slight airbrushed effect, like some magazines do so. This made them more defined. Photoshop was used to create both the magazine and the poster because it has advanced features and it is a reliable way to edit and enhance documents. You can save your work to create it in many different formats.